first home game in charge for you. First of all, how are you feeling about all that? But secondly, it should be a good atmosphere. How can you as a team feed off that and use that to your advantage in two really crucial games?
Yeah, we're looking at these two. It's for me, it's the first home game as the manager, and we got two back to back. Looking no further than the game on Saturday. Really looking forward to the game. Couple of reasons is, number one, we're at home in front of our own home supporters, and number two as well, we want to be in front of we like playing in front of our home supporters because, as I've said to you earlier, that I've been here as a visiting player and I've been here as a visiting manager, and I just know what this place can be like, an intimidating place when it's in full voice. So certainly for me, as the manager here, and a proud moment will come for me on Saturday to be standing in front of the home support. And what my message is to all the supporters coming on Saturdays: show me what Vale can be in full voice. I want to feel it. I want to see it. The players want to feel it and see it. And I know you've got the capabilities of doing it because you've been a consistent all season. And as I said, sing your hearts out. Remember the first time when you came here, I had somebody sitting in the crowd and he spoke about the tremendous positive atmosphere it was. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing it as I stand on that touchline on Saturday, and that's going to be my message, that I really look forward to seeing everybody and make it a loud place.
From your experience as a manager, what can that do for a team when, fans may feel the vibe when they're in the stand, but from your expertise of managed 100 odd games, in Championship and League One, what does it do for a team when they feel that, from your point of view?
Galvanises, confidence, energy, all those positivity. It feels like you've got an army right behind you, pushing you on and pulling you in, and it's the 12th man. It really is, and that's the real importance of it, of having your home support, and being in full voice and vocal and geeing the players on and applauding them and everything else. And we know as a group as well, we want to be on the front foot, and it's my first game as a manager here, so we're really looking forward to the game. And it bodes well for a wonderful afternoon of good football to be played here.
Tactically, just to mention that you obviously switched to that back four at Reading on Tuesday. Is that something you see as maybe a long-term thing, or is it something that you're game by game you want to think about? But is your preference maybe a back four in the longer run?
I think for me, in my managerial career to date, I've played a lot of different systems, and what I have, and I think you have to be in football, is adaptable. But not just being adaptable for your own sakes. Yes, you got to look at what you've got in the building as well as, but also just going tactically as well and looking at oppositions and feeling where the strengths and weaknesses may lie and what tactics you can apply to try and get the better hand or the upper hand of the opposition. And that's always been the case. We've been adaptable. What I was pleased with the players was the time that we had to work on it. There was lots of positives about it, even though we'll probably focus on the last 15 minutes of the game because that's natural. But up until then, there was lots of positives, and certainly before Reading had got their first goal, we felt we had a good couple of chances where we could have gone in front with a little bit more of conviction in the top end of the pitch. So, but the players have felt that was the main thing. The players have felt it. What we realised at Port Vale is that Port Vale now, to get results, almost near on has to have a perfect game in and out of possession of the ball, but we are working towards that, and that's what it's going to take. And if it takes that, then so be it. We have to apply ourselves like that. So going back to the formations and tactics, it's for horses for courses. It really is. Will we play with the same formation on Saturday? Let's wait and see. Will we change for future games? Let's wait and see, because that'll be dictated in the turnaround of games, the opposition that we play against, and what we feel benefits the squad in terms of going forward. So all those pointers will play a huge significance in in the shape change and different roles and responsibilities of players.
Are you hamstrung a little bit by obviously the squad was recruited to play a certain way?
Yeah.
Bar one, there's probably not a natural what you'd call fullback in the entire squad. Are you a little bit hamstrung by that though?
You can say that, but like I've applied to the players they've got to sacrifice themselves for the team. And what do I mean by that? You might be brought here for a certain position specific, but the club is far, far more important. So it might mean that you have to sacrifice yourself to play in a different position in order for the team to benefit, to get the right result, in order for the club to move forward. And I think any one player that I speak of now would put their hand on heart and hold their hand up and say if that's the case, then they're willing to do it, because we have to be in a position that we're willing to do anything it takes to get the right results, what's going to push this club further up the league. So that's where we are with the players. That's what we are with the group. It's almost like sort of wiping the slate clean with all of them, and getting them to apply themselves in the right manner, and fully committed for this football club.
Are you still in the market for maybe free agents who could help that out with that flexibility and may give you more depth in some areas? Is that something that you're actively looking for and open to?
Yeah, we are, because we're making sure that we're going to do everything possible in terms of the remainder of the games in this season, in making sure that this club is continuing to move forward. And if that means that there is a free player or a free transfer player out there that we think is going to benefit the team and the club, then we're open to that ideas. The only thing what you look about with free transfers and that is physically, are they in the right position to contribute? Because usually in my experience, it can take them 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks to get going, really to get up to speed. And as we know, by then there's not much of the season left really. So it's how much we feel they can come in and contribute the here and now, because the here and now we're looking at, and all those kind of reasons will be taken into consideration.
Away from that then, the situation that you find yourself in, I'm sure you're very much aware of it. You've come in at a time where you've got a massive task on your hand. How have you kind of looked at that and made a plan to deal with A, the number of games, and B, the points you require? What, if you can share it, is in your head as to what you will need and what your plan is to do that over the next few games?
So the plan, when I came here, I knew the situation and I knew the challenge. The plan is the here and now. And even in the here and now, it's the old cliche, one game at a time. And all we're just doing with the group is separating one game at a time and making sure we're putting all our energies into the game. What's happened, we've got one or two of the boys are coming off the injury table, which is really, really pleasing to see, to add more to the group. Because in terms of the volume of games on a Saturday, Tuesday and a Saturday, the squad rotation is inevitable. So that's been a plus factor with it. But really, it's the here and now. I don't look too far. We're looking to just Saturday and making sure that we're applying ourselves in the right manner for Saturday. I've come in, the messages are different to the players. The training methods are different. The approach to the group is different. But we've got to set things in place now as we mean to go on and go forward. And that's what we are doing with the group. So it's the group just applying themselves for the here and now and turning around the form, the fortune that they felt before. That doesn't matter, that's gone. It's what's coming up in the out here on Saturday and moving forward. And that's where we feel we are as a group.
How do you get that message across to players who found wins hard to come by over the last 5 or 6 months or so? Is it hard to change that mentality, when you're playing Saturday, Tuesday straight away if you don't pick up a result?
Yeah, it can be, but also at the same time, the way we felt is you've got another game in this short space of time to put it right. So the feeling of, at Reading, how we started and how we applied ourselves was good, but certainly the latter parts of the game weren't so good, where we have to be better at and need to be better at. So that's clear. That we have to show more consistency over the duration of the game and not just at certain parts of the game. Concentration levels have got to be spot on, all those kind of things that you have to go well in terms of getting the right result. And of course, when you get in it, is taking your chances when they do come. So all those kind of things are applied on the training ground with the times that we get on the training ground, but also in the classrooms, individual meetings. We try and max out every part of the day really to get individuals and units together to try and max out as best as we possibly can, and giving them as much information we can when they do come to the games, because the games are coming in quick succession in a short space of time. So that's how we're applying ourselves at the moment.